microphone's a little closer tonight for some reason.
Okay, Vince, for 40 minutes, seemed like nothing was going right, and then all of a sudden, third period. Is this another case of playing to win like you did last night?
Yeah, playing with some emotion and some urgency and you know, up their physicality, and you know, that stuff translates through the bench. And when you play like you're playing to win, playing on your toes, doing things hard. That's what it's going to take. You know, and it was great to see us take it to a different level. The amount of emotion and passion we showed was probably the first time we've seen that in a while. You know, which is obviously a good sign. We just have to roll that into tomorrow. But sets the bar for sure.
As a coach, how frustrating is it to know that they have this gear, but if they played for 60 minutes instead of just 20?
Yeah, well, a lot of it too is you have to look within yourself and your soul to be able to find it. That's part of the human nature aspect of this game, is you be in a safe zone, and there's guys in their temperament and personalities it doesn't show. But then, like I said, people and teams feed off it, and it's momentum, but it's also something that internally inside you, your heart. You're a hockey player, and that's what we talked about. This is what we do when we play the game hard and we play it fast and it's fun, and this it's part of being a team, and that's getting that message across and not being safe. Like, it's okay if you're a first year guy, you can do it, you can go, and that's what we want. Push forward all the time, and wear that emotion on your sleeve, controlled, and then and it's the result you get. Sometimes it takes time. It's unfortunate.
3 goals going in the third period, walking away with 1 point. How does that resiliency kind of springboard the rest of the season for you guys?
Well, it's two games in a row, 3 games in a row where we've done that. Something we didn't have as much of in the past. So we've done that the last 3 games, and that's a good sign. You're not conceding, and you're not accepting, and you should never accept. And then that's where we're getting out of them. And sometimes it takes a little longer, and sometimes it takes you more to get to know your team, and you have to be put in situations where you get to see what we're made out of, and we're starting to see what we're getting made out of, and that's going to only build in confidence, especially going into tomorrow and next week. But it's like listen, we play like that in the last 20 minutes. I mean, we're a hard team to play against, and that's the biggest thing. You have to be hard to play against.
Is it difficult on nights like this when you know you're playing a team that's below you in the standings, and being able to get up for it after playing a very hard game last night against the team that's in front of you?
Well, I mean, they lost in a shootout to Florida before they came here. I mean, the standings and all that stuff doesn't really, not our focus. I mean, we have to climb to get to where we need to be. So no matter who it is, that's still a good hockey team. They have good players. I mean, they've made some changes to their group, and like I said, I mean, they've got 3 out of the last 4 points in the last 2 games.
Considering you guys are only down with 6 points, 21 games remaining, you actually have 3 games on the near.
Yeah, I think it's even 4. Yeah, maybe even 4.
I guess, what are the guys? Can you explain what the guys are doing to kind of turn on the jets and power through?
Well, you have to, obviously take one game at a time, but you can't let points slip either. We can't put ourselves that we have to keep forcing comebacks. So it's part of that. It's their jobs to prepare that. It's our jobs to prepare them and give them the information that they need to be successful tonight. It's up to them now to go out and put themselves in that position. And then their reward is the ice time, and that's what we're seeing. It was great the third period to be able to roll them all out, roll them through, all the guys, and they all contributed. I mean, Tanner and Deli and Alex Carrier. And, I mean, they got us going. They got us going in the third period. Thank you.
Mandy, take us through the 2 goals that you scored tonight.
I don't even. The first one, I think there was a bit of a scrambly puck, and I just got my stick on it, and it went in. And The second one, they had a guy with a broken stick on the penalty kill, so we were just trying to go right at him because he was, you know, at a deficit there a little, and yeah, just snuck one in.
Given the way you guys came out in the third period, played the third period, you come back from 3 goals down, is it frustrating to you guys as a group to know that you had that in you, but it took 2 periods before you actually were able to get to that level and be able to do what everybody knows you can do as a team?
Yeah, I think it's a little frustrating. I think it's certainly not because we don't want to or aren't trying to. I think sometimes it's the way the game goes. Sometimes it's penalties. It's tough to get a flow. But I think the encouraging thing is we saw a bit of desperation, and that's what we got to. It's getting to that time of the year where every period matters, and I think it's encouraging the way we came out in the third there.
How do you guys get to a point where you're playing a 60-minute game instead of a 20-minute game?
Yeah, I think we just come ready to play tomorrow. I think nothing we can do about the games that have passed, so I think we got to focus on having a better start tomorrow and playing with the lead. Yep, thanks.